Hello friends, today your friend Juggler is going to telling you about, what if Naruto was betrayed and become a god of Shinobi world, part 2. Check the creator from link given in the description, and if you enjoy this video then please like, share and subscribe my channel. Let's start the story. The gang made it back to Tajuna's place and met his daughter, Tsunami, and his grandson Inari, who was acting like kind of a brat. After Kakashi finished healing up, he had to talk to his team. Alright guys, listen up. I believe that Zabuza is still alive. Kakashi said, what? But that can't be, Naruto destroyed him. Even then the hunter ninja was there to make sure he was dead. Sakura said yes. But I looked back for a second and saw that the hunter ninja retrieved Zabuza and left with the body. If that was a real hunter ninja, he would have started dissecting Zabuza right away, but he didn't. Kakashi said, so that means whoever was under the mask is working with Zabuza and he's healing up at this very moment. Naruto said, exactly, which means we need to start training now. Today you guys will work on your chakra control. Kakashi said, Kakashi-sensei, we mastered chakra control a while back when we were training all those days before getting this mission. Suzuki said, oh, well you should all still train and hone your skills. Suzuki, I can help train you with your Sharingan if you want. Kakashi said, yeah, that'll be great. Suzuki said, well you guys have fun, I'm out. Naruto said, walking away, Naruto, you should keep up with your training too. Kakashi said, I know sensei, I will, there's just something I need to do first. Naruto replied. As Naruto got further in the woods, he took out his scroll, unsealed it, and released the death note. So you're finally gonna kill that Zabuza guy, huh? Ryuk said, appearing behind Naruto. Yes, but I still need information on Gato and that partner of his. I know what I'll do. Naruto said as he wrote in the death note. Zabuza Mamakai will find me in these parts of the woods. Once he does, he will tell me all I need to know about Gato and the person who saved him earlier today. Once done, he will return to where he was and will die by Gato and his men. There, done. Now all we do is wait. After about an hour or two, Zabuza sure enough showed up and began telling Naruto everything. He told him where Gato was, what he looked like, told him about everything Gato did, even killing Inari's father. He then told him about the ninja that helped him, whose name was Haku. He said how he found Haku as an orphan and took him in and turned him into his weapon. He told him everything else he needed to know and then returned to later be jumped by Gato's men and stabbed to death. Naruto then stored the death note back into the scroll and then took out another scroll and unsealed it, revealing a black jumpsuit and a sword with an umbu mask. Oh, so that's why you had me steal those clothes after Tajuna told you all about Gato. You plan to kill him now, don't you? Ryuk said, Gato and all his men. Not only that, but this Haku guy, he's kinda like me, being an orphan and all. I'll see if I can recruit him for later, along with my fellow Jinchuriki. Naruto said while putting on his disguise. He then leaped through the woods and made it to Gato's mansion, which was surrounded by his guards. He ran through them, killing each and every one of them. He burst through the doors as more guards rushed him before he could attack. However, they were all killed with thousands of very sharp needles. Naruto turned around to see the one known as Haku. I don't know who you are, but if you're here to kill Gato, he's mine. Kill all his men if you want, but Gato is my kill. Haku said with a deadly look on his face. Naruto nodded as he went all throughout the mansion, killing more of Gato's guards. After all of them were dead, he went upstairs, where he saw Gato's fat head rolling down the hallway with Haku standing next to his body. Naruto then took off his mask. It's you. You're that boy from earlier. Haku said with shock. Yes, and you are Haku. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and I have learned quite a lot about you, Haku. It seems you and I both suffer from loneliness and depression. What do you say we pay the world back? We could rid this planet of filthy scum and become rulers of all this land. I'm putting together a group of Jinhuriki that will become gods in this world. Though you are not a Jinhuriki, you could still join us, so what'd ya say? Naruto said, I have nothing to live for anymore. Zabuza is dead, my mom is dead, my dad is dead, I don't have a choice. I will join you in your efforts. Haku said. Great, I will come back to the land of waves and bring you along once I am done in Konoha. Then we will set off to find the other Jinhuriki, until then I must go. Naruto said, thanks Naruto, I can't wait for our journey to greatness. Haku said. Naruto then headed back towards Tajuna's place. Haha. That was gold. The way you manipulated him was amazing. Ryuk said, what are you talking about? The only person I manipulated was Zabuza. Naruto responded, yet Haku thinks Gato just had him killed for no reason, while you were really behind the scenes. Ryuk said, you heard Zabuza, he was using Haku as a weapon and nothing else. He's also just a mercenary who also killed all his classmates as a child. I saved Haku. If anything, me and him have a lot more in common than him and Zabuza. Naruto said, whatever you say, kid. Ryuk said, once Naruto returned to the house, news of Gato's death, as well as Zabuza's, spread quickly throughout the town. Nobody knew how news in the ninja world spread so fast, it just did. Naruto, Suzuki, Sakura, the mission is officially over. Zabuza is actually dead and so is Gato, though we have nothing on the guy who helped Zabuza. We will leave and head back to the village first thing tomorrow morning. Kakashi said as they all nodded. In the morning they were preparing to leave as Tajuna thanked them for all their help. Inari also apologized for acting like a douche and Tsunami waves them goodbye. Soon after leaving, Kakashi asked Naruto something. So Naruto, where did you go yesterday after you took off? Kakashi asked. I went to go train. Somewhere else. Naruto responded. Kakashi had an okay look on his face but was still a little skeptical. I mean, Kakashi had seen Naruto's power firsthand against Zabuza, and when he introduced himself he said something about revolution. It could be possible that Naruto killed Gato, but that was a huge stretch. Kakashi decided he would let it go for now and continued heading towards the village. Once they were back at the village, Kakashi went to go give the Hokage a mission report while Naruto, Suzuki, and Sakura went straight for ramen. When they were done they saw three pretty young kids getting harassed by a boy who was about their age. Hey, what's going on here? Naruto asked as him and his teammates were following. Mind your damn business, Blondie. The boy with face paint said to him, call me that again, and you will die. Naruto said with a deadly tone and look that reminded the boy all too much of his little brother. Why you don't scare me, the boy shouted as he was about to attack Naruto as another boy came into view and ordered him to stop. A girl with blonde hair and a fan on her back showed up as well. Will you stop fooling around, Kankuro? We didn't come here to pick fights with kids, the boy said. Sorry, I just got carried away. Kankuro said, hey, what a minute, you guys aren't from here, you're from the Hidden Sand Village. Why are here in the leaf? Sakura said, geez, didn't you know? The Chunin exams are coming up and people from all villages are showing up. The girl known as Tamari said, the Chunin exams. Sakura said to herself as she had never heard of it. Hey, what is your name? The red-haired kid said, looking at Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, and you are Gara of the Sand, am I correct? Naruto said that you are Uzumaki. I can see it in your eyes, the hate, the pain, the suffering, the loneliness. I can't wait to kill you. Gara said, well then, I guess we'll have to wait for that day to come. Naruto replied, if you wanna know, my name is Suzuki. You not interested? Gara said, interrupting Suzuki as he walked away. Suzuki had an angry look on his face. Thank you guys for saving us back there. The young boy spoke, no problem, what's your name, kid? Naruto asked. Konohamaru Sarutobi, grandson of the third Hokage. So you're the old man's grandkid, huh? Well, you better get stronger if you wanna live up to his legacy. You can't Just let others push you around. Naruto said, I don't want to live up to his legacy. Everyone only knows me as the third grandson, but I want to be known only as Konohamaru Sarutobi. Then you just gotta make a name for yourself. Nobody knows me as the son of, actually never mind. Just walk your own path and let everybody know it too. Naruto said, then began walking away. As he walked away, Konohamaru yelled, thanks for the tip, boss. The Hokage was standing in front of all the Jonin, finishing his little announcement. There you have it, the Chunin exams will take place on July 1st, 7 days from now. The Hokage said as all the Jonin left to prepare their students for the exams. Team 7 were waiting for Kakashi to show up at the spot he told them to meet. They were all really annoyed at the fact that Kakashi was always late to the meetings. Soon enough Kakashi finally showed up and handed them forms. These are forms for the Chunin exams, where your skill will be tested and you have the chance to pass on to Chunin. Kakashi said, so when do they start? Naruto asked. 7 days from now on July 1st. Now if you don't want to take the exam, that's fine. You can drop out at any time. Kakashi said, forgot to mention that if one of us drops out then neither of us can participate. Come on sensei. Naruto said, yeah, none of us are dropping out, right Sakura? Suzuki said, of course. Sakura replied, well, all right then, I'm glad to see the enthusiasm from all of you. Remember to train well and hard until these exams start, even though they are genin, only the strongest genin in all the shinobi world survive these exams. Kakashi said, Kakashi sensei's right, let's go get started on training now. Naruto said. Suzuki and Sakura both nodded and went off with Naruto towards the training ground. While on their way there, Konohamaru ran into them and told them his teammate Mogi had been kidnapped. The three then split up to go search for her around the village, hoping she was even still in the village. Naruto eventually lays eyes on the shinobi and sees Mogi gagged and tied up. So I guess this is a test, Iruka-sensei. Naruto said. The ninja then transformed back into Iruka with a shocked look on his face. Naruto, how did you manage to figure me out so quickly? Iruka asked. I can see through any transformation or genjutsu. Naruto replied, I see, I'm very proud of you, Naruto. You truly have come a long way. Iruka said while setting Mogi free. Sorry about that, I just had to test my former students, he said to the girl. It's okay, at least now I know I was never in any real danger. She responded. They all then went their separate ways. Mogi went back to her team, Naruto met his team at the training grounds, and Iruka met Kakashi to tell him he was right about his former students truly being ready to become true shinobi. Team 7 were training until the sun began to set. It's sunset, guess it's time to call it a day. Sakura said, same time tomorrow, we gotta make sure that we're the strongest genin in those exams. Naruto said, right, plus I can't make my dream a reality if I'm not strong enough. Suzuki said, see you guys later. Naruto said as he walked off to go grab something to eat. Unbeknownst to anyone but Kurama, even Ryuk, Naruto was actually a lot stronger than he let on. Naruto has an ability where he can sleep while training and practicing jutsus in his mind, though doing so was keeping Kurama awake all night and making him mad. Naruto's physical body can be asleep while he trains in his mindscape, so then he can keep getting stronger, and when his physical body wakes up, his energy is completely refreshed. Naruto did this every single night and at the moment was about mid-high Jonin level, and he isn't even close to his full potential. The reason he never truly shows how strong he is because he knows he will be in serious trouble for stealing ninja scrolls, though it wasn't actually him. Naruto soon made it to the ramen shop where he would see some familiar faces. Hinata, Kiba, Shino, Kurane-sensei. I never expected to see you guys here. Naruto said as he sat next to Team 8. We completed our first mission and chose to eat here to celebrate. Kiba said it was really Hinata who suggested this place. Shino said I mean we didn't have to come, we could have gone somewhere else if you all wanted, said Hinata. No Hinata, this place is just fine. Kurane said with a light smile. So Naruto, did you guys get your first mission yet, or are you still doing chores? Kiba said no, we've gotten our first real mission already. We fought Zabuza Mamakai. Naruto said, making Kurane instantly look at Naruto. The S-class demon of the hidden mist. Former member of the 7 Mist Swordsmen. Kurane said with shock. Yep, that's him. Naruto replied, wow. And Naruto, why you must be really S strong to be able to take on S someone L like that. Hinata stuttered while trying not to pass out. Oh come on Hinata, you really think Naruto beat someone like that? Obviously it was their sensei Kakashi who took him out. Kiba said, refusing to believe that Naruto actually took out someone like Zabuza. Whatever you say buddy. Naruto replied. Their orders soon came, and while they were eating they could overhear about 3 guys harassing some woman. Come on lady, let a real man take care of you. One man said, sorry but I'm just not looking for relationships right now. The woman replied shakily, ah come on, let us show you how to have fun, said another man. And no thanks really, replied the woman nervously. Then the third guy came up behind her, covering her mouth, and they dragged her deep into an alleyway. Come on. Are you guys just gonna sit there? We have to do something. Kiba shouted. Kiba's right, let's go team. Kurane said as Team 8 were moving out. Then they stopped and looked back at Naruto to see he was writing on some notebook paper. Naruto, are you coming? Asked Shino. Hinata is enough to handle 3 rapists. He simply said, all right then, let's go. Kurane said, and Hinata didn't know whether to take what Naruto just said as a compliment or an insult. Naruto then finished his ramen and left the money on the counter as he went home, but not before stopping for more apples. When Team 8 got there they could see the 3 men dead and the girl shaking, terrified, and also half naked. You killed them? Kurane asked with slight confusion. And no, they just fell down. It looked like they were having heart attacks. The girl replied, all at the same time. That seems like too much of a coincidence, Kurane thought. Okay, well we can escort you home if you want. Kurane asked. Yes, I would like that. The girl said. Kurane just nodded and the team escorted her home, though they were still pretty hungry as they never finished their food. Suddenly Kiba thought Naruto was just a greedy ramen-loving bastard. 6 days later. Naruto, Suzuki, and Sakura made sure to be the first ones there. They wanted to show they were serious about being shinobi. As they were walking upstairs they noticed a genjutsu down below set by Tuchinen to test the genin's perception skills. Naruto told them it was genjutsu and they just continued walking. It wasn't long before other teams started showing up. Naruto was only really interested in Gara, seeing as he was the Jinchuriki of the one-tailed beast. Another team that caught Naruto's eye though were the team from the Sound Village. He knew Orochimaru was the leader and he should be dead, so why are they still here? Well, he went to find out. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I was just wondering what village you guys were from since I never saw those headbands before. Naruto said politely, we are from the Hidden Sound Village. Dosu said, Hidden Sound? Hey, I remember hearing about the Hidden Sound and I heard the leader died or something. Naruto said, trying to sound oblivious. He's gone, for now. But he'll be back, real soon, replied Dosuoi. See, well I better get going, take care. Naruto said as he headed back to his team. What the hell did he mean he'll be back real soon? Is it possible Orochimaru can be revived? Naruto thought to himself. Guys, look at all these people. I know I've had training now but I feel a little intimidated. Sakura said, well don't be, you are strong Sakura. You just have to believe that yourself. Suzuki said, thanks Suzuki. I Suzuki, shouted Ino with hearts in her eyes as she jumped towards Suzuki. Back off Sakura, he's mine. Ino yelled. Sigh Ino, look, We are ninjas, not models. We came here to show our skills as shinobi and prove why we deserve to become Chunin, not to find the hottest boyfriend, so you really need to grow up. Sakura said, shocking Ino and even Suzuki and Naruto. Nobody expected her to act so mature. Well, fine then. Ino said, going back to her team. Sakura had just really earned Naruto and Suzuki's respect. Soon the instructor Ibiki Marino entered the room. Alright, you're all here, good, now meet me in the classroom to take the first part of the exams. Once they all got settled in the classroom, they were all handed a test with 9 questions. Naruto had already researched everything about the Chunin exams and knew he was supposed to cheat but not get caught. However, Naruto was now smart enough to answer every question without cheating. At the end, Ibiki announced the 10th and final question and said, if you get it wrong you will never take the Chunin exams again. After a little uproar, many people left the classroom to try again next year. The only ones left were Team 7, 8, Guy, 10, the Sand siblings, the Sound team, and a couple more genin squads. Congratulations, you all pass. Ibiki said, huh? Everyone except Naruto said in confusion. The goal of this was to test your courage, because if you don't have courage then you can't survive as a shinobi, said Naruto. Very good, that's exactly what this was about. Ibiki said just then. They saw a woman crash through the window. Damn, there's like 20 teams left, you're really slacking, Ibiki. Anko said, what can I say, they have courage. Ibiki said, alright brats, meet me outside to take the next part of the exams. Anko said, then left. The genin squads all left and met Anko in front of a large forest. Alright, this place is called the Forest of Death. By its name I'm sure you can tell how dangerous it is, so you all have to sign this paper so that Konoha is not held responsible for any deaths that take place. Your squad will each be given 1 scroll, a heaven scroll and an earth scroll. You are to find and capture the other scroll from any enemy team and head to that big tower. You have 5 days to do this. If the 5 days are up and you do not have both scrolls you will be disqualified. Now have fun. As Anko finished, all the teams jumped into the forest ready to complete their second part of the exam. It had been 2 days since the genin have been in the Forest of Death, but Team 7 are still unable to find the second scroll that they need. They haven't really encountered many squads either, and the ones they did were easily disposed of. Suzuki suggested they come up with a code, but Naruto said he could see through any illusion and it would be pointless. Sakura then mentioned the possibility of Naruto being impersonated and taken hostage, but he just laughed at the idea. Suddenly a female ninja approached them with the other scroll that they need. You're Orochimaru. Naruto said, impressive, I guess you really can see through any illusion. Orochimaru replied, I don't get it, how did you survive? I thought you were dead. Naruto shouted, oh, I did die, but here's what happened. Flashback begins. After all the genin entered the Forest of Death, Anko was walking by herself when she was ambushed by the Sound Four, and then they used a jutsu they learned from exploring the ruins of the Uzumaki village and unsealed Anko's curse mark, to where Orochimaru was brought back to the living. Lord Orochimaru, we have long awaited for your return. They all said in unison, you brought me back to life, very good. Now tell me what's been happening while I was gone. The Chunin exams have already begun and are on the second stage. The entire world also thinks you're dead, so we could possibly still go with the original plan. Teiwaya said, no, it's too risky now. I'll just infiltrate the exams and place my curse mark on my vessel, then leave. What about this girl, Lord Orochimaru? Jirobo said. Orochimaru looked at Anko for a minute. If she wakes up and tells the Hokage about what's going on, that'll be 2 villages on us. Not to mention how I would be exposed to the entire world. I have no choice. Kill her, he said and walked away. Flashback ends and that's that. Orochimaru said, you killed her, how could you? Sakura shouted she was a liability that needed to be disposed of. You're a monster. Just like him. Suzuki shouted as he shot 3 large fireballs at Orochimaru only for him to dodge them and then summon the giant snake he calls Manda. Manda was swinging at them, bringing down multiple trees in the process, and ended up hitting Sakura, sending her about 20 feet away. Naruto then used his wind cutter technique to launch several blades of wind and sliced Manda into many pieces. "Why, you killed him?" Orochimaru said, shocked. "Yeah, and you're next," Naruto said with bloodlust. "Fire release, flame whirlwind," Suzuki shouted as fire erupted from his body, and he then pointed his hands toward Orochimaru and blasted him with a huge whirlwind of fire which sent him straight to Sakura, punching him in the stomach and throwing him back about 10 feet. These kids are certainly no ordinary kids, especially that 9-tailed brat. It's best to make my move and escape as quickly as I can. Orochimaru's neck suddenly stretched out and bit Suzuki on the neck, leaving a mark on him. Naruto moved faster than the human eye and cut of his neck, but it was a snake clone, and from behind Orochimaru put a seal on Naruto, blocking out the 9 tails and putting him to sleep. Sakura then rushed at Orochimaru, but he was gone, and now it was up to her to protect Naruto and Suzuki from any danger that may come. Sakura carried the two over to a small shelter in a big tree and watched over them, never letting her guard down. After a while, those 3 sound ninja from before appeared in front of her. "We are here for the Uchiha, so move," Dosu said. "Not a chance," Sakura shouted as she punched the ground, cracking it beneath them. "Earth release, rock shuriken," she yelled as she levitated massive rocks and threw them at the team like shuriken. They hit Kin, knocking her down, but Zaku used his decapitating airwaves which cut through the rocks and hit Sakura, cutting her up, as she wasn't fast enough to dodge them. "Good job, Zaku, now finish her," Dosu said, but Rock Lee stepped in just in time. "Not so fast, I will protect Sakura with my life," Lee said as he went at Dosu for a kick, but he dodged and hit him with a powerful sound wave, making him nauseous. "Taijutsu vs sound, bad idea," Dosu said, but suddenly they all felt a massive killer intent fill the air. Dosu turned around in fear as he was greeted by the awakened Suzuki Uchiha with his curse mark activated. "Are you the one who did this to Sakura?" he asked coldly. "No, it was me. She challenged us, so I took her out with these things right here," Zaku said, referring to his arms. Before anyone could even blink, Suzuki was behind Zaku, pinning him down while holding his arms. "You take pride in these arms? Huh? Be a shame if something bad were to happen," Suzuki said as he put pressure on Zaku's arm with him screaming, "Suzuki, stop!" Sakura yelled, but he wasn't listening. Suddenly Suzuki felt a strong grip on his shoulder. "Suzuki, let him go," Naruto said, now awake, although nobody ever saw him wake up and actually move. "Why should I, after what he did to Sakura?" Suzuki said, "Because the real enemy is Orochimaru. He's the one who sent them to kill you despite knowing you would probably kill them." Naruto said, "Fine," he responded as his curse mark faded and Dosu them gave them their scroll and he and his team left. "Lee, thanks for helping out. You can stay with us and rest for a while if you want," Naruto said. "No, I'm fine, Naruto, but thanks for the offer. Just make sure Sakura recovers, okay?" Lee said. Naruto just gave him a thumbs and said, "You got it, dude. Sorry I was so useless, guys." Sakura said sadly, "No, Sakura, I know you fought strong to protect your teammates and that is honorable. Now rest, we still have a few days." Suzuki said, "Actually, you two grab on my back." Naruto said they looked confused but did it anyway, and once they did, they were gone in a yellow flash and appeared before the tower. Naruto, was that the 4th Hokage's jutsu? Suzuki said, "Yeah, picked it up while training." Naruto said they then opened their scroll and Iruka appeared before them. "Congratulations, you guys made it. I can't even begin to express how proud I am of all of you, especially you, Naruto. I remember when you were just a troublemaking kid and now look at you, a full-fledged ninja. Iruka, you're not gonna go crying on me, are you, sensei?" Naruto said, "No, I'm fine, you guys can enter the main room now," he said as they walked in. Naruto looked around the room and saw Gaara's team, so he walked over to them. "What do you want, Uzumaki?" Gaara said with a cold tone. Naruto just held out his fist and Gaara and his team looked really confused, then he held out his fist as well, bumping with Naruto. Suddenly they were in his mindscape standing in front of Gaara's tailed beast. "Why are we here?" Gaara said, "Because we need to talk. I know the kind of pain you went through and I can tell you had it far worse than me. I have the power to change all of that." Naruto said, pulling out his death note. "With this book holds the power to kill any human by writing their name. Now I know it sounds ludicrous, but believe me, it works. I even manipulated Gato to kill Zabuza and I killed Orochimaru, but he was revived. With this we can become gods and rid this world of all scum such as him. We can change everything about how the shinobi world works, and Jinchuriki like us will never be looked down upon again." Naruto said, I don't know if I trust you, but we are both Jinchuriki." Gaara said, "Exactly, and you can finally leave that hellhole known as the Hidden Sand." "What do you say, partners?" Naruto said, reaching out his hand. It took Gaara about a minute, but he shook hands with Naruto. "Great, now we act natural until after the Chunin exams. Soon I will have to leave Konoha, then we can meet with another person I have recruited. I will teleport to you when ready. In the meantime try not to kill anyone else," Naruto said as he gave Gaara a flying rage in Konoha. "Will you be leaving now?" Shikaku said with his booming voice. "Yes, sorry to bother you." "Oh, and I would advise you to be nicer to Gaara," Naruto said with killer intent so strong it almost made Shikaku shit himself. They left his mindscape and said their goodbyes while Kankuro and Temari looked confused as ever. "What were you guys talking about?" Sakura asked. "Nothing," Naruto simply replied as he went to the bathroom and released the seal on him by Orochimaru. He then went into his mindscape. "Kurama, you there?" he asked. "Yes, I'm here, Naruto. Now what do you want?" Kurama asked. "Just wanted to make sure it worked, and also do you know where we can go once I have my people?" Naruto asked. "You could go to an island that lies the tailed beast ruins. Only the 8 tails Jinchuriki and his brother, the Raikage, know about this location." Kurama said, "Well, alright, you can guide me there once I have my people. The Raikage may potentially get in our way, but we'll work something out later," Naruto said as he left and walked out of the bathroom and made his way back to his teammates. Once all the days were up, there were still more teams than expected, so they announced that they will hold preliminary rounds to eliminate more people before the finals, and the squads went to the arena with their sensei. First match, Suzuki Uchiha vs Urowi Akadu. The Proctor Hayate said the first battle of the preliminaries began as Suzuki and Urowi engaged each other, with Suzuki still feeling the pain from his curse mark but refusing to quit. The battle wages on as Urowi tries to absorb Suzuki's chakra, but Suzuki counter by using a new move he called Lion's Barrage, similar to his fellow shinobi Rock Lee's move, and swiftly won the matchup. However, due to the intense pain of the curse mark, Kakashi decided to take Suzuki away in order to seal it, as the other matchups went on as he would come back afterwards. The next battle was between Zakuabumi and Shino Abarame, to which Shino swiftly won using his insects to secure his victory. The next battle saw Misumi Tsurugi against Kankuro, to which Kankuro came out on top with the use of his puppets. Then the fourth battle of the preliminaries was between none other than Sakura Harano and Ino Yamanaka. "Looks like you're up, Sakura. Try not to get caught with her mind transfer jutsu, do that and you should easily win," Naruto said. Just like Naruto said, "Good luck out there, Sakura." Kakashi said, "Thanks guys, I'll definitely be sure to avoid that," Sakura said as she met her rival in the arena. "Ready?" The Proctor said, "Ready." Both Sakura and Ino said in unison. As soon as the battle started, Sakura rushed at Ino, to which she barely dodged and tried performing her jutsu, but Sakura threw Konao in her direction, forcing her to dodge. However, while dodging, that gave Sakura the opportunity to dash and kick her in the air, then jumping up and punching her in the face, knocking her back down to the ground with enough force to knock her out. The winner is Sakura Haruno. The proctor stated, "Impressive Sakura, you really have grown a lot. Stronger since we first met." Naruto said, congratulating his teammate, "I only have you to thank, Naruto. You encouraged me to train harder and try to better myself as a person and a shinobi, rather than focusing on boys all the time." Sakura admitted. Kakashi just smiled underneath his mask as he could tell that his students have truly grown since their first meeting. The next fight had Temari and Tenten, to which Temari easily won using her fan to generate strong winds, causing Tenten to have never even landed a scratch on her. The next match held Shikamaru Nara and Kintsuke, to which he prevailed using his wits and the use of his shadow possession jutsu. Naruto then grew a big grin as he read what the next match was. "Hee hee, looks like it's my turn." Naruto said, "Do your best, Naruto. Good luck." Kakashi said, though he figured he would win considering he saw a glimpse of Naruto's strength during his fight with Zabuza. "Go easy on him, Naruto." Sakura said as he just gave them a thumbs up before walking down to the arena. "Haha, looks like I got lucky. Hope you're ready to lose." Kiba Inuzuka insulted Naruto. "Why don't we stop with the petty insults and talk with our fists?" Naruto said, "Why, you little alright, you asked for it." Kiba said as he launched at Naruto but was easily dodged. "Come on, Kiba, I know you're better than that, right?" Naruto mocked, angered. Kiba then had his dog, Akamaru, transform into a clone of him as the both went on the offensive and rushed Naruto with a barrage of attacks. None of them managed to hit, as Naruto kicked the clone into the wall, knocking him out and transforming him back into Akamaru. He then ducked Kiba's next punch and hit him in the stomach with enough force to knock him out. "Humph, though I was the weak one," Naruto said as Kiba laid unconscious. "The winner is Naruto Uzumaki." The proctor announced, "Wow, and Naruto's gotten really strong. I hope Kiba is okay though," was the thought running through Hinata. Hayaga's mind. "I don't believe Kiba actually lost to Naruto, and badly too." Kakashi, just what kind of training did you put them through? Was what Kurane thought as the next battle carried on. Hinata's eyes grew wide as she read the board. Hinata Hayaga vs Niji Hayaga. She had to fight her own cousin, and she was absolutely terrified. She nervously made her way to the arena as did Niji, who stared at her coldly with his penetrating eyes. "Hinata, forfeit the match. You know as well as I that you cannot win, you were not meant to be a shinobi," Niji said harshly. Hinata looked hurt at his words but deep down she knew it was the truth. She was always shy and timid and could never hurt anyone. She never won the sparring matches she would have with her little sister, Hanabi, and her father shunned her, deeming her a disappointment and felt she was an embarrassment to the Hayaga clan and was far from worthy of being the heir to her clan. "What are you waiting for? Quit the match, now. You should just go home and don't try to be a ninja anymore, you are too weak to do so," Niji said as Hinata looked sadly at the ground. Little did they know, up above on the stands was a ticked-off Naruto Uzumaki. Hearing those words really pissed him off. It reminded him of all the abuse and mistreatment he would receive when he was in his younger days and how everyone just read him off as a dead last. "Hey!" Naruto yelled from the stands as everyone now looked at him. "Don't let that asshole treat you that way, you're a lot stronger than you think. Now kick his ass and show him why. You're a shinobi." Naruto yelled, angered. "Tch, imbecile." Niji said. Hinata looked shocked. Naruto was actually cheering her on. All her life, she saw herself as weak and would always freeze up when faced with danger. She had very little confidence in herself and always thought she was a failure and brought shame to her family. But to see Naruto, someone who no matter what happened always had a big smile on his face and even beat Kiba easily, to be cheering her on really motivated her. She thanked him before looking back at her cousin, activating her Byakugan and preparing for battle, to which Niji claimed was a big mistake. But that didn't matter to Hinata, Naruto believed in her and that was all she cared about now. She couldn't fail Naruto like she did her father and her entire clan. Unfortunately, though Hinata fought as hard as she could, Neji proved just too much for her, though that didn't stop her. She would not give up and would continue to fight, much to Neji's anger, and as she tried to reconnect with her cousin, Neji quickly grew enraged and almost killed her before Kakashi, Kurane, and Guy stopped him. As Hinata was carried out on a stretcher to the emergency room and Neji was declared the winner, Naruto jumped down from the stands in front of him. "That was uncalled for, you almost killed her," Naruto said, now even more pissed. "Well, she shouldn't have tried to fight, I told her to quit. It's your fault she ended up like that, boosting her head with false promises. She wasn't meant to be a ninja, she's weak and will always remain that way, that's just her destiny," Neji said. Naruto then wiped up some of Hinata's blood off the ground as he looked at Neji. "Destiny? Bullshit, anyone can form their own path however the hell they want, so who the hell are you to determine someone's future? You can form your own destiny, but for you, your destiny is having every single bone in your body broken should we fight," Naruto threatened as he vowed to avenge Hinata, to which Neji just brushed his threats off. The next match was between Lee and Gara, as the two made their way to the arena with Naruto watching closely as he had never actually seen Gara in action. As Lee made his move, all of his punches and kicks were blocked by Gara's sand, never making contact. Gara's sand was regarded as one of the greatest defenses in the ninja world, and was the reason why he had never taken damage or been harmed ever in his life. That all changed once Lee removed the weights on his legs, dropping them to the ground as they actually smashed the concrete. Now moving at supersonic speeds, Lee was hard for Gara to keep up with and even managed to land a punch on him, shocking his brother, sister, and sensei. However, Gara was then revealed to be using his armor of sand to keep Lee's attacks from working on him. Lee then tried to use his front lotus technique on him but was then revealed that he was a sand clone before dodging an attack from Gara's sand. With permission from his sensei, Lee then used 5 of the 8 gates technique, significantly increasing his speed and strength as he beats down on Gara using his reverse lotus. As Gara fell though, he used his sand to cushion his fall and caught Lee, using his sand coffin to crush his arm and leg. Guy had to step in before Gara could kill him, as the unconscious Lee was rushed to emergency and Gara was declared the winner. The final match of the preliminaries had Koji Akimichi and Dosu Kinyata pinned against each other. Dosu ended up winning the match, declaring the preliminaries officially over as the winners would go on to the finals of the Chunin exams and they all had 1 month to train and prepare. The matchups for the finals were then revealed to the Genin. Neji Hyuga vs Naruto Uzumaki Suzuki Uchiha vs Gara Shino Abarame vs Kanuro Shikimaru Nara vs Tamari Sakura Harano vs Dosu. Those were the matchups for the finals and everyone seemed happy with that. All except Dosu, who wanted to fight Suzuki. They all soon left the arena and parted ways as they had to prepare for the finals next month. "Why can't we see him?" Sakura asks. "Because he's not accepting visitors, now get out of here," the nurse said rudely. Naruto knew her attitude was really directed towards him, but he didn't care. He figured none of them would let him see Hinata either, so he just nudged Sakura to just leave them be. "I don't believe this. We're his teammates, we should be able to see him," Sakura exclaimed. "Just forget it, at least he'll live. Anyway, I'm gonna catch you later," Naruto said as he began walking off. "Naruto, don't you wanna train together?" Kakashi sensei said he was going to solely train Suzuki since he was the only one who could help him train his Sharingan, and we both know you're far above Ebisu's teachings. Sakura said. "Sorry Sakura, but I gotta do this on my own. You keep training hard though, I'm sure you'll smash through the exams." Naruto said. "Thanks Naruto," Sakura said, smiling as she then decided she could try to go see Lee before starting her training. Naruto then headed back to his apartment where he landed in his bed tired. The death god Ryuk said, "It's been a long week, Ryuk, and I still have so much to do." Naruto said, "Just what are you planning anyway?" Ryuk asked as he was curious in Naruto's scheme. Naruto then sat up as he looked the Shinigami in his eyes. "I want to bring together the Jinchuriki of this world. We've all had our own pains and struggles throughout life, and society just shuns us away and treats us like monsters. We aren't the only people who've been alone in this world either, which is why I wanted to recruit some people to our cause. What I want is to build a safe haven for people like us, and become a god of a new world. A world where no one is mistreated or abused by others, a world where the wicked are punished and the innocent are protected, a world where people aren't treated as demons or discriminated against. Together, we can build our own family, our own way of life, our own legacy." Naruto said, I see. So that's what you meant by revolution, huh?" Ryuk said, "Yeah, but first I need to find the other Jinchuriki and convince them to join me. Which may prove to be rather difficult, especially considering that one of them is a Kage and another is the brother of a Kage." Naruto said, "Well, you're all Jinchuriki and society shuns all of you away, so how hard can it be?" Ryuk says, "For some, like maybe Gara, it may be easier because he hates his village and doesn't care for those people. For others though, they may still be loyal to their village, no matter how the villagers treat them. But there is one thing that may be the deciding factor." Naruto says, "And what is that?" Ryuk asks the Akatsuki. Naruto answers, "The what?" Ryuk says, "Confused. During my research, I made sure to study not only the history of the shinobi world, but all of Konoha's secrets as well. I wanted to get as much information as I possibly could about everything, and I discovered that the Akatsuki is a group full of S-rank ninja who are hunting the Jinchuriki for their tailed beast. For what reason I do not know, but a rather interesting fact is that Itachi Uchiha is one of them, Suzuki's brother. Anyways, the group are all high-tier shinobi and travel in groups of 2, they haven't made their move against any Jinchuriki yet, so I have to make mine first." Naruto explains, Well, I agree. That should definitely convince the others to join you, you all have a common enemy that is hunting you. And from the sound of it, the only way you'll all survive is if you band together." Ryuk says, "Exactly. I just need to find a way to contact them during this 1-month period, I need to warn them ahead of time. Wanna do me a favor, Ryuk?" Naruto asks. "No way. Absolutely not." Ryuk refuses. "Come on, I'll give you a whole basket of apples." Naruto offers. "No. Not even that will convince me," Ryuk said, staying defiant. "What about 2 full baskets?" "Alright, where do I have to go?" Ryuk says, feeling defeated. "Well, there's the 7-tailed Jinchuriki located in the hidden waterfall village, then the 3-tailed Jinchuriki who's the 4th Mizukage of the hidden mist village, currently in the middle of a civil war actually, his name is Yagura. Then there's the 2 and 8-tailed Jinchurikis of the hidden cloud village, and finally the 4th and 5th-tailed Jinchurikis, they reside in the hidden rock village. I'll give you the directions and a letter to give to all of them along with a kunao with the flying Raijin symbol on it for me to teleport to them." Naruto said, "Fine, but I'm not going anywhere without my damn apples first." Ryuk says, "Of course." Naruto said as he began getting everything ready as he wrote his letters. "Your life is in danger, there are a group of powerful shinobi that will hunt and kill you unless we do something. If you want more information, meet me in Uzushiagakur, the long since destroyed and abandoned village in the land of whirlpools. There you will have any answers that you may seek. Come alone, as this meeting is only for our brethren." Naruto then gave Ryuk everything he needed before buying 2 full baskets of apples and sending him on his way, sending a shadow clone to go along with him too. Afterwards, Naruto then fell fast asleep as he was tired from the long week, still training in his mindscape while his body slept. The next day he wandered throughout the village before walking past the hot springs, spotting Ebisu attempting to Attack a white-haired man who summons a toad and easily defeats him. Oh, you must be the toad sage Jiraiya. Naruto says to the man, you know about me, kid. Jiraiya said as Naruto just smiles, of course, I not know my own godfather. Naruto said in a tone low enough for Jiraiya to hear. The man grew pale and wide eyes upon hearing this and quickly pulled him to the side where nobody would hear them. How do you know that information? Jiraiya says, I've done a lot of research, and don't worry, I'm not upset that you abandoned me for 12 years to go write porn and gawk at women all day. Naruto says, I didn't abandon you. After Minato died, I had to leave. I felt like I failed him. If only I had been there to help, maybe he would still be alive. I'm sorry, kid, you're right, I did abandon you. Jiraiya said sadly, it doesn't matter. We're here now, aren't we? Naruto says, no, Naruto. It does matter. Minato, obviously who you know is your father, entrusted me to look after you should something happen to him, and I failed him, and I failed you most of all. Jiraiya said in shame, wanna make it up to me? Naruto said, how? Teach me that summoning jutsu you did and Sage Mode. You know about Sage Mode? How? Like I said, lots of research. Jiraiya then agreed to teach the boy these techniques and was shocked at how quickly he learned and mastered them. He summoned Gamabunta on his first try and actually managed to gain the massive toad's respect rather quickly. Jiraiya was even more shocked to find out the boy had already learned the Rasengan and even the Flying Rajan. He truly was a prodigy. A week into training and Naruto already began training for Sage Mode at Mount Myaboku, the land of the toads, and mastered the form in 2 weeks' time, much to Jiraiya's surprise. He never expected the kid to grow so rapidly and to see it right in front of his eyes. He knew he was the prophet that the toads spoke about. With 1 week left until the finals, Naruto ended his training with Jiraiya, thanking him before heading back home to meet Ryuk, who had returned from delivering those messages to the other Jinchurakis. So, how'd it go? Naruto asked him. Well, after dropping the note near them, they read it and were of course skeptical, but agreed to meet at the location you had given. Your shadow clone certainly made the impression. The shadow clone would make another clone, before purposely getting spotted by the Jinchuriki after they had read the note, then poofed away, so all they saw after was smoke. They were curious about this enemy, but most of all, they were intrigued by the word brethren. Ryuk explained, I knew saying that would draw them in. I need to tell Gara about this so we can meet with them before the exams. Naruto said as he made his way to find the Jinchuriki of the One-Tails, finding him on a roof by his lonesome. Hey Gara, you ready to meet the other Jinchuriki? Naruto asked the others. You contacted them? Gara asked. Yep, they all agreed to meet in Uzushiagakur, the village in the land of whirlpools. Naruto explained. What exactly are you planning here? Gara asked as Naruto just grinned. Do you trust me? He asked. I trust nobody but myself, but you are my brethren, so yes I do. Gara answered. Then trust me on this, I'll explain everything once we are all together. We have 7 days before the tournament begins, and it's gonna take most of them at least 4 to 5 days to get there at the meeting spot. Naruto said as Gara raised his eyebrow. What about me and you? Gara asks. I already set a mark there for the flying region, so we can just teleport there. Naruto said. I see, very well. In 5 days I will go with you to meet with the other Jinchuriki. I must say, Naruto, I am rather interested to meet our brethren. Gara said as am I, Gara. Naruto responded before leaving the scene and running into Hinata on his way to study and train more. Hinata? I didn't know you were out of the hospital. Sorry I didn't come to visit you, the staff wouldn't have let me. Naruto said. It's okay, and Naruto, I know why you would have been there. Hinata said a little red. I heard about what you said, and Naruto, to Niji. Hinata said. Yeah, don't let him get under your skin, Hinata, I'll make him pay for what he did to you. Naruto stated, Naruto, it's really not all his fault. Hinata said, yeah, I know about what happened before, how you were kidnapped at the age of 3 by a hidden cloud ninja, but your father quickly found and killed him. Then in order to avoid a war they used his twin brother, Niji's father, as an offer for his death. I've done my research. Naruto says, then, you know why Niji hates me and the entire main branch of the family. Hinata says yes, and it still doesn't excuse his actions. He needs to learn that we can shape our own destiny, and I'm gonna beat some sense into him. Naruto says, well, please be careful, and Naruto. Hinata says, will do. Naruto, so, that's it for today. I hope you guys like it and enjoyed the story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel for great stories like this. Thank you, see you soon in next video.